Yes. Yes.
Now, okay, Livy. So Livy was just telling me there that she started to listen to the silence meditation 10 days ago.
Yeah, I think it's 10 days ago.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. I think I've kind of understood that I have been in the void before, but I didn't know that was what it was, because I've been meditating for a long time. So I got into that quite quickly, and I have shifted many, many, many times. It's been really intense.
Wow.
It's been probably the best feeling of my life.
And how do you mean shifted? Tell us more about that.
I think I've just been sitting in silence, and I've just let myself kind of been guided by the feeling.
Okay.
That makes sense. I think what's been different from like visualizations that I've been doing for so long, I just kind of let go of that image of creating something, and let go of having a specific image in my mind, and just completely think, okay, well, how does it feel? I can't really describe it either.
Yeah.
But to just completely allow yourself to be embraced by a feeling, until suddenly it's just like, oh, okay, there it is. I knew immediately the second it happened. I knew that's what it was.
Yeah.
And I've experienced it several times. I've even experienced doing it twice on a train on my way to work, and stayed in it for a long time as well. And yeah, that feeling is just incredible.
Yeah.
When you just feel like nothing matters.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. That's what it is. You get to a stage where you're doing it just for the feeling. You're not doing it for the thing.
Yeah.
Thing you want. You're doing it for the feeling. And when you reach that stage, that's major victory. Like that's what you're looking for. Hold on one second. Yeah. Yeah, that's what you're looking for. And that's exactly what you want to do. So, and sometimes there's no words to describe it, which is also means you're on the right track.
Yeah. But I just stopped doing a lot of things I've been doing. I don't feel the need to do many of the things I've been doing.
Yeah.
And just because I just know that I have everything I need.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so powerful. Yeah.
It's already here. Everything we want is already here. And look, I was the exact same before I discovered this. It was all visualization, and well, once you visualize it, you'll be fine. But you don't do it. Number one, you don't do it often enough. And number two, you don't feel it. So it's all about activating a feeling. So what the silence meditation helps you to do is activate. That's what it does. Now it helps with an awful lot more as well. But it does help you with activating a feeling, because silence isn't. Silence is a feeling. It's not you do activate it. So you listen to the silence, and by listening to silence, that by default will help your mind to stop racing. So way too many people are concentrating on stopping their mind, but they're putting the focus on the mind. So the mind just goes into overdrive. Yeah. So just focus on
something that was really interesting to me is that, like, I love visualizations. I love like guided meditations, like visualizations in that sense. And I have had a feeling in that, but I didn't understand until I experienced that this is the feeling.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More powerful.
Oh, it's completely different.
Yeah. 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 Oh yeah. Visualizations are lovely. And the guided ones are fabulous, but nothing compared to this. Yeah.
No.
And with this, you can visualize. I'm not saying you can't.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can use your imagination and visualize. But it's all about the feeling.
Yeah.
Version of you with whatever it is that you want. How is she feeling? How is she? What's her energy? What's her energy field? What what's she doing? What's everybody else around her? What are they doing? What are they saying? You know, you can build a lovely picture, but you have to feel it. Yeah.
And Fiona, do you still do 2 hours of silence a day?
Most days I do. That's a lie. From here, like as in every day I'll do silence meditation, but most days I don't do 2 hours. But I did today. But most days it's like an hour and a half or an hour. Yeah, I like doing the 2 hours. I do like doing the 2 hours. See, they say 2 hours for complete beginners, because you can kind of get into it quicker as you go along. So when you're doing it for, say, if you've done 2 hours for 10 days, which I've done it for a lot longer than 10 days. But if you can get into the void quicker than if you don't need the 2 hours, then you don't have to do the 2 hours.
So then once you're in the void, do you then go straight into accessing the feeling?
You can.
In the same session?
You can, yeah. Now, when I'm doing my 2 hours, I usually kind of don't, depending on what I'm listening to. But you can do that, because you never access a feeling just from scratch, just from, okay, I'm going to access a feeling here now, because you're bringing your 3D shit with you. So don't do it from your 3D self. Do it from a meditative state or a fun state. Don't do it from, especially if you've got stuff going on that, you're going to bring with you. Do you get me?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Have you experienced accessing a state just by not doing anything?
No.
Because it's happened to me twice. Lever knows. It was last year. I was listening to Neville Goddard.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember what. I've got him on loop. And I remember going into this euphoric state of suddenly everything made sense. And feeling this utter joy that everything was here. And I was I wanted to shout it from the rooftops. And I remember ringing my daughter and leaving her a voice note. She probably thought I was crazy, just kind of going, there's nothing we need to do.
Yeah.
It's then. Yeah. It's you. It's all we have to do is just live it. And I can just, it's very difficult to put into words. And then again, last week when Lever and I were talking about all of this, it kind of happened again. And I was suddenly in this other world where I'd visited before, but I'd been looking at me. Whereas I was in it and I was me. I was in my new home. I was wearing the clothes. I was holding the phone. I was looking out of the patio windows at my new garden while I was talking to Lever. It was it's a strange feeling, but I mean, she'll probably agree that I was kind of just so, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is, oh my God, I'm there. Amazing. And again, that came just while I was conscious. So I was just curious to see, I don't know if that's the same thing as the process of accessing the feelings, that second stage. I don't know if it's the same thing. All I know is it felt amazing.
Yeah, to me it sounds like the same thing. It sounds like you just dropped into the void, just like that, which is amazing. See, some people can do that. I am so slow. My transformation is so slow when it's coming to the void. My mind is all over the place still. Everybody's different. So
I don't even know if it was the void. It was just straight into this euphoric feeling of it's done.
Yeah.
It's just done. So I was in a feeling, I wasn't, there wasn't nothingness. There was a world that I was in.
Yeah.
So perhaps I'm just a bit confused as to how I got there without going through the void. I mean, it doesn't happen every day, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I
so
mean,
if you were to do it again on purpose, you don't know what to do, is it?
Not really, no.
Okay, so it's just yeah.
No, it's we were talking with Lever and I just suddenly went, oh God, I'm there. And
Yeah,
that day when I was listening to Neville Goddard, you know, and I listen to him most days on Audible. I've got the complete works and it's just on loop. So I'm never sure which book I'm listening to. So again, I don't know why that day, what had been said, that I suddenly just went, it was just the most incredible feeling. I thought, God, if I could bottle this. And it was that state of, I was in that state of spiritually knowing that it's not about the manifesting because you're already there. Whereas, you know, when I'm out of that state, that 3D part of me, that egotistical part of me is kind of knows mentally that it's not about the manifesting, it's about entering into the feeling, but that sort of 3D part of me is still looking for the evidence.
Yeah.
And that's a hard habit. Well, I won't say it's a hard habit to break because that's affirming, but it's a state that we're more familiar with, isn't it? Look into the 3D world to look for evidence.
Yeah. Looking outside of us for what we want, whereas it's all inside. Yeah. But don't even question it. Don't even question it, because your mind will never understand this. So just go with it. If it happens again, brilliant. Has it happened when you have done your silence meditation?
So I haven't done it as much as Libe. I've done it a few times. And the first time, well, I've listened to it a few times, but while I was going to sleep. So I hadn't sort of consciously sat and did it. I fell asleep to it a few times. And then I did it over the weekend, sort of for the first time properly. And yeah, I didn't access feelings. I just went into that nothingness state, and I wasn't in it the whole time, and I was fully conscious the whole time, but I sort of dipped in and out of it, and there was that, yeah, nothing mattered. There was a few brief moments where nothing mattered at all. It was, yeah, it was really liberating and freeing. And I was just floating, and my body, it sounds really strange, I tried to explain to Levi, it unfolded. It was kind of like I was a sheet of foil floating in the cosmos. It was really strange. It's really strange, but it was kind of, and then I had this feeling of infinity, of it going on and on and on. But there was, yeah, it was a really, really nice feeling. But I didn't feel the need to access anything. It was just was enjoying the that experience. And then when I did it the next day, I dipped in and out, but it wasn't the same as the day before. And I think I was trying too hard. The day before when I did it, I kind of gave myself an instruction to just allow, because there's that 3D piece where you're kind of thinking, well, I should be feeling this way and it should be like this. So I was sort of instructing myself, just let go, just allow. You don't know what it's going to look like. Just go with it. Just, you know, so that kind of was, took the pressure off. But yeah, the next day, I think I was like sort of pushing it a bit too hard. But then last night I had a dream, and I can't remember because I dream every night and numerous times, but I wake up a lot in the night these days. And I woke up and I was aware of this dream, and I can't remember now what it was, but I know in this dream I was doing something, or I was in a certain state, or I was being something that was really successful, that was really, it was like, oh my God, this is me, I've made it. And I never dream like that, because my dreams are more often than not about my limiting beliefs. In it, there'll be a scenario that shows evidence of whether it's rejection or things not working out. There's always a kind of at the end, oh, you know. And so this was the first time I dreamt something that, and it didn't come to an end. Well, I was successful, and that was that. And I can't remember what I was doing. It's so frustrating. And when it came to me this morning, I went to send Leva a message. Oh yeah, and I was like, oh God, what was it? But I just know, and that's positive for me, because I like I said, my dreams are always, kind of show evidence of my limits and beliefs.
Yeah. Maybe have a pen and paper beside you tonight.
Yes, yeah. I woke up, I don't know whether it's about 5 o'clock, and I remember, and then I went back to sleep. So yeah, if it happens tonight, I need to remember to reach for the pen and paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was, yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Can I ask a question, Fiona?
Sure, if I can answer. Yeah, no problem.
I've been thinking about this because, like I said, I think I kind of fell into this quite quickly.
Yeah.
And was able to shift very quickly. But the last couple of days has been terrible. And I just wanted some advice on that, because I think I'm just trying to make sense of it all in my mind.
Yeah.
Today I'm much better, but especially Saturday, I felt really off. I was not able to get into the void at all. Yesterday I dipped in and out a bit, and I don't know if this is just part of the process.
Yeah.
And I would love your perspective on it.
Oh yeah, I can definitely answer this one. Yeah, so that is part of the process, 100%, because you have to think your energy is shifting, moving, so much in the last 10 days that you're going to go through days where you cannot get into the void. Don't push it. Just say, okay, it's not happening. It's not happening today. I maybe try again that evening, or try a few hours later. And if it's not happening, it's not happening. And that's okay. That's totally fine. And there's this other thing as well, that's called entropy. So entropy can be when something negative happens when you start doing this work. Yeah, and that can happen at any time, and it may not happen ever. But say for instance with Ash, the Rinse's coach, when she started this work, literally, I think 2 days after starting this work, her next door neighbor started, being the neighbor from hell, calling her names, ringing the guards on them for no reason, taking their mail. Oh, terrible. And that was her entropy. So that could be yours. It can be agitation and not being able to get into the void. If that's your entropy, great. But don't force it. And it's the same with you, Sarah. When you're trying, as soon as you start trying, you're pulling yourself out of it. Surrendering, just letting go. And I'm the world's worst at that. I find it so hard to let go. So I'm not at you're ahead of me, Livy, with your meditation, because I cannot let go at all. I find it very, very hard doing it every day, but very, very difficult for me. But I shouldn't be saying it because I'm affirming it, but like all this time, and I'm being patient. This is my journey. It's okay. Yeah, I'm fine.
I think so. I find myself, and I notice it, so I'm able to change it, but I find myself being a bit impatient, I think, because it's so quickly, and experience the shift, and it was just so incredible. You just want to go back, and I think I love the silent meditation, so I have done them every day, just not been able to access the void or the feeling at all. And now today I feel better, so I'm able to give myself some grace, but during those 2 days I was pretty mad at myself.
You will, but don't like, it's going nowhere. There's plenty of time. It's not going anywhere. It's always here. So it's fine. That's fine.
Thank you.
And when you do the silent meditation, Fiona, did you always listen to Rinse's half an hour guided meditation and then just sit there for an hour and a half? I
usually listen to that one, or other ones that he has done in the 30 days that I did with him. But I usually listen to something to get me started. But you don't have to. Like when he started this, he had nothing. He had no guided meditation. So but it's all about getting comfortable in silence. It doesn't matter what else you do. What you listen to is getting comfortable in silence and listening to that silence.
And just sort of sitting and just allowing thoughts to come and go.
Yeah. If thoughts come and go, yeah, great. If they don't, great. But so like eventually, the longer you're doing it, the less thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wasn't one of his first experiences where he just accessed the feeling of having the amount of money that he wanted?
Yeah.
Without going into the void.
Yeah, I don't think he was doing the void at the start, because the reason he brought the void into it is because so many of his clients would be on calls with him, and they do the meditation and they do the activations, say it's the feeling activations. And then every single one of them used to say, how come that when I'm not on a call with you, I can't do it? I just can't get into it. And he figured it out in the end. It's because they're doing it from their 3D self. They weren't doing it from a meditative state. So you do it. So that's why the void is so important.
Right.
Yeah.
That was something I did recognize a couple of days ago when I did it, was that feeling of being a blank canvas.
Yeah.
That you could then paint whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
So from scratch.
And silent meditation will help you to become that blank canvas, because we all have shit that's going to come up at some stage in that, that because silence meditation is a healer, and it brings up stuff. So if you have to release for the 2 hours and cry, do that. But yeah, that's what the silence meditation helps with as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Love it.
Good. Yeah. Good. Cool. Will we listen to it and do it together?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Cool. Let's turn off our cameras and I will play it on my phone, because you don't want any visuals. You can mute yourselves as well if you like. And we don't want any visuals, as I said, yeah. So Sarah, do you have it as just the silence meditation on its own, or do you have it through the call that I did?
I have it. You sent it to me on Messenger. It's there's a video of your screen.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's what I was asking. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
perfect. Yeah, because I don't want you to have to go into the call every time. Perfect.
Right. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Alrighty, I'm just going to go into it here.
I'm going to mute myself now.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks. There you go.
Your physical body is the body that exists within the three-dimensional plane. So it's one of many bodies. So for now, you're just going to scan and feel your head dissolving into nothing. Feeling the sensation of infinite space inside your head. And just allowing your logical mind, your intellectual mind to rest gently in the background as we go through this. The key to entering silence is to be able to feel that very subtle layer of reality. We're starting to feel the sensation of silence in your neck, the sensation of infinite space within every cell of your neck. Feeling the feeling of infinite space and infinite silence present within the very cells of your neck and your body. Now feeling the empty space, the feeling of nothing within your chest, in your upper back. Noticing how every single cell, every single atom has silence running through it. Feeling the sensation of infinite space and silence in your stomach and lower back. Bringing your awareness from your head into your body. And feeling the sensation of silence in your thighs. Feeling the infinite space present within every cell, every atom. Getting a feeling sense of the silence that is ever present within everything. Dropping your awareness into deeper and deeper layers of silence. And feeling the silence in your calves and your feet. Noticing how there are sensations, maybe tingles, coldness, warmness, how there may be energetic movement, but then also feeling into the silence underneath all the stillness. Becoming fully feelingly aware of the infinite silence that is present within your being, underneath all thoughts, underneath all emotions, underneath all atoms and cells of your body, feeling the silence in your arms and hands. Noticing how there is a silence and infinite space of nothing that connects every cell every tissue, every organ, how there's a silence in between every breath and underneath the breath. Allowing the silence to take you even deeper into it. Remembering that it is key to feel the sensation of this silence. Feeling the silence underneath all the thoughts in your mind. Feeling the sensation of nothing. The feeling of nothing within your mind. And as you begin to bask in the pleasure of this feeling, not trying to control the process, simply surrendering, being embraced by infinite nothingness. Taking a few breaths in and out, practicing what it's like to breathe as silence for your body to remember. Noticing how there's no thoughts in the silence. Noticing how there's no emotions. Noticing how the silence has no space and time. Noticing how the silence is beyond the external world. Noticing how it's the building blocks of the inner world, unaffected by anything external. As you get to know the silence, you learn many things. For one, you'll notice how the silence goes beyond all noise. How you can have as many thoughts, emotions, energetic turbulence and movement. And the silence is just there. Beyond all of that, you'll also notice that the silence is within every cell of your being, every cell of the universe. Getting to know the nature of the feeling of silence is, if not the ultimate key in this entire thing. It opens you expansively into the inner world and removes awareness and reactivity from the outside world. So now we're going to go into silence phase 2. As you enjoy the silence inside, start to expand your awareness just outside your body. Feeling the awareness outside the body, in the aura, and getting a sense of the silence that is present in front of you, in front of the body. Feeling the infinite space within the space in front of your body. Basking in the pleasure of the feeling, getting comfortable in the feeling of silence. By now you may be feeling your mind beginning to dissolve in density, thoughts beginning to dissolve in density. And feeling silence that is present behind you, behind the body. Feeling the infinite space and feeling of silence behind the body. Noticing how the silence is expanding within your awareness right now. And feeling the sensation of infinite silence and space on your left, outside the body, and on your right, below you to infinity, and above you to infinity. Notice how the silence goes on and on and on. It has no end, no beginning. Now feeling the infinite silence and space outside you, beginning to recognize that that same infinite space is the same infinite space inside you. And feeling the outside infinity space and the inside infinity space as the same infinity space. You may get a feeling like there is no inside and outside. And if so, you've arrived. Feeling the infinity space inside you and outside you to be the same. Everything becomes internal. And as you get a sense of that sensation, starting to feel into how far, how wide this infinity space goes. Feeling the entire universe that is within your awareness right now, vibrating this same silence. Feeling this planet, this galaxy, this cosmos, vibrating in the silence that you feel inside you. And just allowing yourself for a few moments to bask in the sensation, the awareness feeling of this silence, of this infinity space. Noticing how the silence is very subtle. Noticing the frequency that it carries, how high it is. Noticing how much more space there is in your vessel and in your awareness. Noticing how this silence has no age, no gender, no occupation. How this silence has no body. How this silence has no thoughts. How the silence has no emotions. Noticing how the silence is not bound by any physical constraint, because it is within everything. We're starting to feel silence run through every nook and cranny of your awareness. Even the parts of you that you may have been unaware of up till now. Notice even if your mind tries to understand the silence, how it is incapable of doing so. How silence can only be accessed through feeling. By being. Notice what it feels like to be, to simply be in silence. Noticing this state of awareness, this infinite state of awareness where you are aware of thought, aware of emotions, aware of the external world, aware of the body, aware of the self, yet somehow not being affected by any of it. In the same way, the silence is unaffected by anything inside it and outside it. And bringing your awareness into your heart. Start to get a sense of the heart of this silence. Taking a few moments to feel this infinite feeling. allowing the silence to be an ever-present thing within your awareness. Allowing the silence to be an extension, an access point to a greater aspect of you, a more divine aspect of you, a more multi-dimensional aspect of you. Treating the silence not as a task, but as a very sacred space that is accessible to you at all times. Starting to feel your body dissolving into this silence. Starting to feel time and space dissolving into the silence. Feeling everything around you, the entire 3D, dissolving into the silence. All your thoughts about past and future dissolving into silence. Feeling everything within your awareness and subtle awareness dissolving into the feeling the universal expression of infinite silence. Feeling the parts of your mind trying to understand, feeling your mind dissolve. Every thought, every analysis, every question dissolving into silence. Starting to feel the energy field of this silence, how vast and grand and beautiful. Infinity is. So it's from this place inside you, the infinity space, that it becomes very easy to switch realities, to tune into energy fields, to update and upgrade your consciousness, to access divine information everything you seek, you will find when you become very comfortable in this silent state. You may be beginning to feel your 3D sense of density having dissolved at some level. This silence is your access point to infinity, to God, to infinite energy, to any reality. Whenever you're ready, allowing your awareness to be in silence, this time with your eyes open, you'll hop off this Zoom call and meet on Telegram.
Well, ladies, if you want, you can stay in silence for another while. We'll jump off the call. If you want, if you have anything to say, just unmute. Otherwise, stay in silence for as long as you need. And you can send me a message later or tomorrow or whatever.